The only one that would ever fuck up what I get. I never look back and that's my damn move.
And in the red corner, the record 2 wins and 2 defeats. Weighing in at 61 kilograms, from Birmingham, Myles Richards. And his opponent fights on the blue corner, the record 2 wins and no losses. Weighing in at 61 kilograms, representing Sinking Martial Arts in Warsaw.
We're going to kick off this Bantam Amateur contest. The red corner, Myles Richards, 2-2. A 1-1 record with GTFP, representing Fearless in the white and red clinch gear. He takes on Andy Yates, 2-0. Both those wins coming here at GTFP, representing Simkin Martial Arts. Here we go.
Yeah, this looks set to be a very entertaining bout, Steve. Andy Yates with a huge amount of support in the building tonight. Richards himself fighting just out of Birmingham, just up the road, so a lot of fan support here too. And of course the Fearless MMA team have got a couple of guys on the card tonight, so you've got to believe that the atmosphere in the dressing room is going to be a good one.
We got Richards working hard to keep Yates against the face, but Andy, who I think has started with a little more intention than Richards, is putting the pressure on at the moment, but changing position against the cage. Good head control here as well by Richards. Using that was trying to get it right underneath that chin as it should be.
And yeah, we often see taller guys struggle in this position because obviously as the shorter man, it's easier to get your head in that pocket between the chest and the jawline and control your man up against the cage. But he's using his size well here, and he's keeping the stockier, more difficult fighter pinned up against the cage, looking to perhaps create a bit of space to effect a takedown or get those knees to work. And we see Yates doing a great job with the knee shield there on the left-hand side.
And you notice that he's even hooked his foot behind Richards' knee to make sure, and then explodes off.
Yeah, big clubbing blows. Love a bit of dirty boxing, Randy Couture style from in the clinch.
Again, Richards staying heavy. Again, using that head, really digging in with that forehead, making it uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a real underrated part of the game, especially amateur, that dirty boxing from the clinch. We've seen everyone from amateurs to world champions to legends absolutely decimated by guys. They really should be all over in the striking department. But once you've got the back of that head and you're controlling the direction, it's a whole different game. I've got no friends, so I watch a lot of UFC Fight Pass, and I've been going through Randy Couture's back catalogue over the past couple of weeks, and it's been a joy to behold.
I think Richards doing well. Again, keeping Yates up against the cage.
If you would like to be my friend, at MMABrad48 on Twitter.
Oh, I don't know what you've just let yourself in for there, Brad, but at MMABrad48 at Twitter. Let him know what you think.
We see Andy Yates here still struggling with this position. He's not really giving anything up here, but he's not gaining anything. And as it stands, the clock's running down, and Myles Richardson's putting points on the board. Richardson perhaps looking to pick that ankle there to change things up. Going to be the final 10 seconds of the round.
Looks to change that level, but
great base here from Andy Yates.
But, Yates wearing... Oh. Whoa!
Bit of afters there after the bell. Referee Neil Hall right on top of that one.
They got another 2 rounds to go.
And Neil Hall is remonstrating with Myles Richardson as well. He might, you don't put your hands on an official. You don't put your hands on your opponent after the bell, and he's paying the price for it now.
Absolutely, you can't touch a referee.
And that, in a 3-round amateur contest, is an absolute game changer.
Without question.
That's,
a round that you could argue he took.
Absolutely. You know, in my book, we're looking at a 9-9 there.
9-9, yeah.
But the more important lesson, and you see his corner kind of remonstrating with him now,
Yeah.
you've got to keep a cool head. This is amateur rules. This is a professional sport and a professional organisation. There's no time for behaviour like that, and it could well cost him. And if that's a harsh lesson learned, then that's unfortunately what it is. Hopefully, we get to see 2 rounds of good, clean fun now.
Neil Hall doing exactly the right thing there, not tolerating any dissent from the fighters whatsoever. And Yates picks that pace up straight away.
Oh, both guys pumped up at the start of the second round.
Oh, and they're
swinging
all
heavy leather.
swinging with intention now.
Yates bobbing and weaving, trying to find a way in. And this is the disadvantage of the shorter fighter.
A little bit low.
He's got to close that gap before he can get the strikes off. So he's got to throw at least 2 before he can get into the pocket. That's when Richardson needs to catch him. On the way in with a straight left, a straight right, or a knee right up the centre.
Now, is this pace a little bit based on emotion?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Look, these guys are human beings at the end of the day, and when the stress levels and the tempers and the adrenaline is flowing, you're going to have stuff like that every now and again. These guys have come out in the second round wanting to take each other's heads off.
And Yates there happy to take a jab in order to land something stiffer of his own.
Yeah, we could well be seeing 2 very tired fighters come out for the 3rd round.
Well, Yates seems to be the fighter a little more tense, throwing a little nice. Myles seems a little looser, a little more relaxed still, not wasting as much energy. Maybe that'll play in the 3rd.
You know, Yates landing some good shots here, but Myles Richardson taking them on the chin and then goading his man in. Oh, huge counter left hand from Myles Richardson.
Froze Yates for just a second there, but Myles is really kind of slowing his pace, taking his time, looking for that counter shot, but Yates in close and throwing. This is brilliant.
You know, that's where the money shot is. You know, it's the straight counter as Andy Yates comes in. That's what he wants. That's why he's goading him.
Again,
Yates needs to keep his hands very busy to punch his way into striking range. What Richards wants him to do is forget to throw those shots, to move forward with that big right hand in the air, and that's when he catches him with the counter.
Oh, nice little combination there. Blocked by Yates, but got to pay attention to that head kick.
Yeah, we know how versatile the Fearless guys are, and we're seeing that here with Myles Richards. Yeah, you can see bits of Vaughn Lee in there.
Yeah.
Very smooth, very slick, very comfortable, precise with his shots. No wasted energy here. He's not throwing anything and missing.
Although he is allowing Yates to walk him down and start to take the space behind him away. His back's to the cage in a matter of feet, but that's showboating a little bit.
Yeah, that's the roll of the dice, Steve. You know, when you're a counter puncher, you don't need to throw 50 shots. You just need one. But there comes a point when the guy who's throwing the 50 shots has racked up enough points that you're not going to be able to get back into the contest. A nice, calm end to the second round.
Yes. Much more sportsmanlike end to the second round there. Interesting round.
You know, all of a sudden, look what's happened. The fight's broken out.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had what was a fairly slow pace, I think it's fair to say, in the first round, and that little bit of after has changed everything. And this is an important thing to note, Steve. We've got the 2 corner teams preparing their fighters to come out for the final round, and I'm sure both of them are saying, hang on, guys, this is not the game plan. This is not what we talked about backstage. This is not what we talked about in the 6 weeks building up to this fight. Let's go and do what we planned in this 3rd round and take the guy out of there.
You're looking at body language in corner for all of the expertise I have in that area. It does look like both fighters are, none of them are sucking wind too bad. They're both listening intently to their corner. I'm expecting fireworks in this last 3 minutes.
Now, you know, we're approaching the business end of the card here. You know, these aren't first timers. You know, it's the 5th contest for Myles Richards, the 3rd for Andy Yates. Both guys clearly, you know, have a future in the sport for however long they wish to pursue it. Beautiful hooked right hand on the way in from Andy Yates there, and he's put a lot of points on the boards with those flurry combinations. There's the straight counters from Richards.
I like the fact that Andy's not giving Richards a lot of room to breathe. He's constantly pressuring, takes the moment, and then he'll come in with a flurry of 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'd like to see Andy Yates double or triple the jab here. He's throwing the lead left hand once or twice, the right behind it nearly every time. Let's see a triple jab. Go into the body, then work your way upstairs. Let's mix it up a little bit.
Also, because of the range,
There he goes to the body. Let's see what he can do here as this third round approaches its midway point.
when he's in that close range where he wants to be as well, there are opportunities to drop the level change. Richards is still staying quite tall when he's in close, and I think Yates could take advantage of that.
And you know, Myles Richards' best round in this fight, the first, where he had all that control, he's lost it with the point deduction.
Yeah.
You've got to think that Richards is looking for that big one-hitter quitter at this point to put his man away.
Yates still, eats that counter, but still marches forward. Again, putting Richards back to the cage.
Yates moving the head well.
Nice duck under there and then answered with a left.
That shoulder roll into the left hook.
He ain't
Huge
bad as well,
shots.
but he stands in the pocket and keeps coming forward.
It was a high kick on the left-hand side and a couple of punches behind it. And Andy Yates having to shake the cobwebs off here.
He's got to watch that now. It looks like Richards is...
You know, this is really Richards' time to jump all over his man. But he's letting Yates come onto him again.
He is looking for that one shot to finish it. He's got to be careful. Nice change of level there.
Great balance from Myles Richards.
Beautiful
Phenomenal
work.
stuff.
Inside, got the butterfly guard though.
And you really have to credit Myles Richards' patience and tenacity. You know, he's been on the back foot. He's taken a lot of shots. And he's not done anything stupid. He's not thrown caution to the wind. And that's something that when he does go into the pro ranks, it's going to be a really, really important tool for him.
Warning there from Neil Hall to Andy Yates about landing to the back of the head from the bottom.
Final 10 seconds of the round. And with the fighters engaged, you know Neil's going to be all over this on the break.
One more. You know, an offer of the hand might have been a little bit of a slap away, but the sportsmanship is there. And I don't envy the judges on this one. The point deduction, I think, is going to make a big difference in this fight now.
A huge difference. I mean, you know, it's difficult for us to really look back and score. We're not scoring the fight in the first place. You know, people often make the assumption that because you've got the best seat in the house, you know, your word actually means anything in terms of judging. Unfortunately,
no,
it doesn't. I can't tell you how many significant strikes were landing. I'm sure you probably couldn't either, Steve. But no. for me, the second round was the more even.
Yeah.
The first was Richards clearly. The Yates I'm going to give the third. I think that point deduction is going to be what swings it.
Play into it.
You know, Yates could well have taken the second as well. You know, in which case it doesn't matter so much. But you know, either way, a lesson learned there. You know, we've got two young guys in there. A great fight and a fantastic bit of maturity there from Myles Richardson, apologising to referee Neil Hall.
I like to see that. You get caught up in the moment.
They're young guys full of adrenaline in a fist fight.
Yeah. These
things will happen sometimes. The important thing is what happened afterwards. That's great to see from Myles Richards.
Yeah, unprompted approach the referee. I got that wrong. Beautiful.
Yeah, we've got the scores tallied now. We're just waiting for our MC Ricky Wright to come and make this one official. But I'll tell you what, Steve, regardless of what these scorecards say, can't wait to see both of these guys back in the cage.
That was fun. Just checking the addition there. And we turned it over to Ricky Wright.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the 3 rounds of action back and go for judges' scorecards. The judges scorecard 30-27, Yates. The two remaining judges scorecard 28-28. This is a majority draw.